Okay, let's try this again. So, happy Friday, everybody. I am not in my car this time. I'm back home. So, there is Lisa. So, I'm going to add and we can get back to this. Right? Gotta love technology. We made it happen.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so let's we're gonna start over. So for those that were on the live a little bit ago, let's pretend like you didn't hear anything. So welcome to everyone that is here. I am on here with my dear friend and amazing entrepreneur, network marketer, Lisa. And just a little bit about Lisa. She's been or was a registered nurse for over 32 years. She's been a professional network marketer for 10 years, is a cumulative $1 million earner, and is yearly a six-figure income earner. Is also an amazing mother of three beautiful children, and truly believes in giving more and having no excuses at all. So, Lisa, thank you so much for joining me today. And, you know, I've worked with a lot of people, and I've been, obviously been blessed to work with a lot of millionaires in our company. And obviously, you're one of the most successful people that I've ever had the opportunity not to work with just once, but just twice now. And I always like to edify and bring other people on because I want other people to, I know the power of LinkedIn. I know what it can do for people, but other individuals need to hear for themselves what it can do. So, Lisa, why don't you talk a little bit about where you were prior to working with me, just a little bit of your backstory, and what was the deciding factor of working with me to learn LinkedIn, and what has happened to your business since?
So much, Scott, for having me on the call today and interviewing me. I really appreciate that. So, a little bit about me. I've been a registered nurse for 32 years. I'm a single mom of three kids, and now they are 23, 20, and 18. As you can see from my background, my office is in my bathroom because they're home before school starts and they kind of took over my house. So this is my new office right now. But this is a very simple business, very simple business. So I've been a nurse 32 years, single mom since 2003, raising my kids. I'm a nurse. I found myself in late 2006 at a crossroads. I was tired, I was stressed, I had debt, I just couldn't get ahead. And I was introduced to my company by a friend of mine who is a doctor, and introduced me to this amazing profession of network marketing.
And you could say that you could say the company.
Okay.
We're not embarrassed of how successful we have become with our company. So
Okay.
you can say the name. It's
Okay, so I was introduced to isogenics, and it really transformed my life. And being a single mom, my focus was, and still is, my kids. I was very introverted, really didn't have any friends. I was just wanting to, just trying to get ahead. And this was open to me. This was given to me as a gift. I had amazing transformation, and I shared it with people. And people were asking me what I was doing, but it was my warm market. It was like, who was exactly around me? It was the kids' teachers and other nurses and people that was in my immediate area, as well as some relatives. And then that dried up. I didn't have any warm market left. And I'm like, okay, what was I going to do? So I was always searching for different, like, maybe meetup groups or networking events. I started Facebook, and I attract a lot of product users and people that really like my inspiration, but really not a lot of people that get the bigger picture of what this profession can do. So I saw your success, Scott, and I've met you a while ago before that, and I reached out to you because I've been on LinkedIn since 2006, but never did anything with it. And I was thinking, I'm a nurse, I'm a mom, this is a business platform. How am I going to do this? What do I do? Why is it so successful? And and I see the growth of it, but I was scared. I was scared to do this. And then I connected with you and you showed me a different way.
And, that different way is obviously being able to connect with other like-minded individuals that are the mirror image of yourself, on a very consistent basis. And these people have a good money mindset. They're not broke. They're not living paycheck to paycheck or week to week or day to day. So what happened monetarily, to your business after working with me on my strategies of how to use LinkedIn as a network marketer?
Okay. Thanks, Scott. So yes, absolutely. So I went on to LinkedIn and I connected with nurses. I knew our pain points. I knew what nurses were looking for. I knew where there was lack. And I made the connection that way. And just building my relationship, knowing how people feel it's a relationship business, I quadrupled my income in a year. From
Quadrupled.
connected with, yes, quadrupled. And connecting with like-minded people like myself. And, in the process, I also had some personal development coaching to learn simple techniques besides, what you taught me, integrating the both of them to have conversations and just be myself. Because I put the people that I thought were on LinkedIn on this pedestal, and I was here because I'm just a nurse. But that's not like that, and just making the connections and then finding my niche with who I am and what talents I can bring to the table. I went up to, other people. It's not only nurses anymore in LinkedIn, it's other people. And I shared with you a text message that I got the other day, from somebody in Nigeria who is
Yeah.
looking for mentorship to become an entrepreneur. So it's not even, it's a whole nother level on LinkedIn now, and I feel like a kid in the candy store. I absolutely, absolutely love it. There's more leads than time. I have more leads than time 24/7 coming at me through angles, whether it's LinkedIn, they find me on Facebook and Instagram without me even giving them my information, but they're wanting my content and they're
But
finding me and text messages.
there's two big things that you said, though. Number one, you have more leads than time, and number two, you quadrupled your income in your isogenics business since learning my techniques on LinkedIn. Quadrupled. I mean, how does that? I mean, explain to people how that feels. Like, how does it feel to now be a $1 million cumulative earner in this company, but to have quadrupled your income to where now you have this tool in your tool belt that is always going to produce you the number one thing that every network marketer requires for growth, and that's people. So what does that mean to you now?
It's very freeing, besides, that money, it's just the person that I've become. And it really allowed me to be me, and tweak what I was saying and just be authentic. And the more authentic I am on LinkedIn, the more people are receiving me, because I do have something that I say consistently, but I also went out of my comfort zone and said, let me try this and let me try this. And it's reaching more people. And there's people upon people upon people upon people. And it got to the point where, I'm utilizing the groups as well. And it's, the algorithm keeps coming up. So I have a standard text message because I'm just text me. So through the day, besides my messenger, my on LinkedIn coming up, I'm getting text messages from people. So it's a very freeing feeling. It's because I see the leads as the amount of, money, the growth. That's what it is. And not everybody says yes, but you know what? I've learned through trial and error just to let go. And next, there's just so many people who I qualify who are looking for what I have and are looking to lock arms with me. And um, like you were saying, the people on LinkedIn are more business minded, they're more goal oriented, they have a bigger vision, they are looking for additional income, they're looking to improve the quality of their health. On Facebook, I'm on Facebook a lot too, but 97% of my time is on LinkedIn. And I do have both windows open, but on Facebook, people follow me, like I said, and there's product users that will
Let me
come
stop
in.
you. Let
Okay.
me stop you for 1 second. I just want to highlight something that you just said. 97% of your time on social media is being spent on LinkedIn, because
Yeah.
something that you and I discussed, that if a lot of people are spending time on Facebook and Instagram, they're basically just trolling through their news feeds and seeing what people are posting, and they're liking and they're commenting, or they're spewing whatever they're spewing. But what I shared with you is that you can truly spend all day long on LinkedIn and be networking the entire time. So, as a successful entrepreneur, but also network marketer, being in that 1% status, scroll trolls, I love that. Being in that elite status of being a $1 million earner, being a 6-figure income earner. Because Lisa, it's interesting, people might be sitting on here, they're like, well, what does Lisa need to learn new things for? She's a $1 million earner. She makes 6 figures. You and I spoke about what leadership is doing the do. No one wants to sit back in their chair and sip their margarita and wait for people to fall from the sky, because the way that network marketing works, it's a roller coaster ride. Our businesses are always up and down, but what you and I have discovered through what I have learned and now taught you is that when you have a tool in your tool belt, like LinkedIn, that will always give you and replenish people to speak to about the opportunity that we have that starts with a product experience, you're always going to be in movement. You're always going to be in growth. You're always going to be in action, which leads to creation. So let's fast forward. It's been about 1.5 2 years of us working back and forth together. It quadrupled your income. You reached millionaire status. You've set yourself financially free for you and your family. If somebody was to say to you, Lisa, if you had to pick your number one takeaway from what you learned from Scott and what he does on LinkedIn, what would you say that number one thing is that every network marketer requires from this?
That consistency is key, and don't quit. Because a lot of people, if it's not happening fast enough, they're going to move to the next best thing. And that's not how this works. And people that know me, especially my team, I don't do change very well unless it's proven to me that this is something else I need to do. So like you said, I do the do. It's not glamorous. I'm in my bathroom right now because this is my office, and it's not glamorous, but it's simple. It's so simple. And it's the consistency, and it's being relaxed daily. And then, just being mindful that, once you send out messages and you're connecting with people, that they're going to respond back. And the thing with LinkedIn is that you know, not everybody's on as much as they are on Facebook, because these are business people. These are people in corporate America, and they have other ways of earning income, but looking for additional ways. So you want to stay consistent and know that you have to keep up with it, you know, but it's easy, and it's not glamorous, and it doesn't have to be. But I'd rather be sitting in my bathroom on my computer or wherever I am than traveling and working and trading my time for money. But that number one, you know, like I said, is consistent daily habits. And I have a planner. I use my at a glance planner, and I'm very, very consistent in my follow-ups. I'm usually sometimes one, I would say max 3 times closer with people on LinkedIn, because Scott, you showed me a system. You showed me a simple system, which is so duplicatable. Yes, it's just that people jump too quick. It just, you have to give it a little bit of time to gain momentum and to learn the skills.
I mean, Lisa, you know, isn't it true that if you go to the gym once, you're going to have the body that you want? Isn't that so true? You go to the gym one time. So I tell people that same thing. I created a system. It is a daily system that is habitual, that if you follow it, it will return you exactly what you want.
Absolutely.
And so here's the thing, Lisa, let's be honest and transparent. For all the people that think Facebook is working the way that it worked 5-6 years ago, is it truly working the same way now?
No, it's not.
And so once you and I actually wrapped our arms around that, and, you know, just like Luna just said earlier in this, success leaves clues. You know, how many connections do you now have on LinkedIn?
About 6,000.
And what did you start with when we worked together?
0.
Now, how many calls on average per week do you have from LinkedIn?
A lot. A lot daily. Probably.
Give me a range. Give me a range.
About 15 to 20.
Okay. How many calls were you having prior to that?
0.
Okay. So for those people that are maybe on here or maybe watching the replay at a later time that are having very, very few calls, they're talking to the same people over and over and over again, but again, for the products, you know, we talk about all the time, this is a 2-tier lead system. You need people coming in for the products, but most importantly, you need people coming into your business to build with you and run. So what would you say to that person that is frustrated? Their business is either plateaued or is slowly diminishing. They're not talking to enough people. They don't want to hear the same excuses. I can't afford it. It's too expensive. I need to talk to my spouse or whoever else for a third-party approval. What would you say to them is what LinkedIn can do for all of those things? If those people are frustrated with those aspects, what do you feel LinkedIn could do for those types of people?
Set you free. Set you free. Because you know, I remember it's like, oh, I can't find any business builders. This was years ago. Oh, I don't know how to business builders. Where do you find business builders? I don't have any leads. I don't know how to talk to people. You know, it's, you know, this is a simple system that's 100% duplicatable, that will give you back your return. And it's just, I would not live my life without doing LinkedIn. I mean, even
you quadrupled your income from
this.
this.
Like, and I would say a majority of my consultants, for those of you who are looking for people to run with, are from LinkedIn, from people that don't even live in my state or my country. You know, and it doesn't have to be. You know, they don't have to be. It's just an easy system where, you know, you can, you know, you build a relationship, you have your system, you have your team system, and you can have people working with you within 2 or 3 conversations. You know, it's great. It's just so easy. And there's just more. I mean, I'm probably could be talking to more people at the time, but there's just more people that keep showing up, and I keep connecting.
So as we wrap up, obviously, it was an absolute honor and a privilege to work with you, just being the high caliber person that you are.
Thank you.
And you said to me when we first worked together, you said to me, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to learn this? Am I going to be able to succeed with this? And I remember getting a text from you maybe a week or two after we worked together. And you're like, I have 30 calls set up. I already enrolled someone. And it gave you the confidence in knowing that what I had created for people actually does return something back on your investment. And you didn't see this for a second as an expense. When we got on the phone and we talked, you saw the value of the investment in learning this for your business. What's the one last piece of advice that you can give to that frustrated network marketer that's on here right now that is ready to quit? They think that they've exhausted all avenues and options to grow their business. What's the one piece of advice that you would give them?
I would say that your training was very, very beneficial because you do your due diligence and your research with all the statistics that are going on with what works, it doesn't work. And it's a very, very small investment for the return, because it's not only this network marketing, growth that I've done. I've developed myself as a person. I've become into myself. I see that I'm inspiring, corporate America with being real and just coming down a little bit and coming into their truth. And, even though, people look like they're doing well financially and have it all together, they don't. Who are we to judge what people have? Most people that are looking that great with their status, they're in liability and financial debt. And, we really need to give them an opportunity to say, hey, maybe this on Facebook, that's not there because the income level is lower on Facebook than it is on LinkedIn. And the people are more entrepreneurial on LinkedIn. So I would say for, Scott's training is amazing. I found more of myself and who I was. And, I went more out of my comfort zone. And, people are liking my inspiration. I post about, what I do, but it's about creating additional income, and it's sharing my story with the people who relate to me. And even the people who are not even connected with me in this profession are still reaching out to me and would want me to do entrepreneurial coaching with them now. So for the investment for you, Scott, is 100% worth it. And then I reached back out to you again because I know times are changing and this is my niche. And like I said, I'm not one to change something. If it's working, it has to be really proven to me that this is where else I need to go. So I reached back out to you the second time. Okay, what's new? What are the changes? Because I know you are so up on the new and upcoming things, and not many people are. People, they pretend or they say that they're coaches and they're really not doing the do that you do. So I really appreciate you for that. Thank you.
Well, I mean, honestly, I've seen such growth in you. It's just awesome to witness. And I mean, it's not just me. I think everybody that's on here watching live or on the replay can really feel your passion and, how much this is really, it's such a small investment for a lifetime of change. And, this is about ourselves. This is about our families. This is about our kids. Because when you learn a tool like this, not only are you blessing your family, you're blessing all of those people that you now get to connect with and reach out to and speak to and touch and bless with this opportunity. Because, network marketing is all about serving others. And if you're just focusing on Facebook and Instagram, you're doing a disservice to your network. You're doing a disservice to your business, because once you hop on LinkedIn and you see the availability and the potential and the opportunity, to realize how many more lives you can bless. And I think that's what people, they think it's just this gimmicky way of setting up leads. And no, leads are the lifeline to a network marketing opportunity, because leads are the possibilities of you talking to someone and blessing them with the vehicle that has set you free, has set me free, has set countless others free. And if you sit back and you wait for those people to fall from the sky, you're going to be sitting at that bus stop.
I was like that at one time.
Yeah, you're going to be sitting at a bus stop that there's no bus on that route. You're just going to be sitting on that bench. And, you know, the one thing that I love about Nancy and I always come back to the book, The Science of Getting Rich. And you know, Wallace D. Wattles always talks about when you are in action, it leads to creation. And most people are just in non-action, so they're not creating. So if you're taking action, you're taking that action to lead to the creation to change your life.
Yes.
So Lisa, I'm going to leave it to you to, if you want to just leave everybody with one last little piece of inspiration or motivation, or just something that you've taken from this that could really benefit them. The floor is yours, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Scott. I pretty much, you know, said it. You know, if you want to change your life, change your income, this is really simple. And to feel, I never thought I would say that I have more leads than time. And anybody in the network marketing profession, that's gold right there. That's gold. And this is so simple. But like you were saying, you know, the connections I make on LinkedIn are so heartfelt and so pure. And I really am blessing lives and touching people. And even, like I said, the people that are not even in the health profession where I originally started to touch base with, men that are like owners of these major businesses are reaching out to me and, you know, just thanking me for whatever I'm posting there. And I really was able to find myself and raise my standards, which was huge, like you said, for every part of my life, to be the mom I deserve to be for my 3 kids. And they see that. So this is an amazing platform. And Scott, you are a great coach, and I'm honored to be your friend. Thank you very much.
So for those of you that don't know this, this was Lisa's first interview and her first Facebook Live ever. And she was a little bit nervous, and I said, there's nothing to be nervous about when you know what you're talking about. And Lisa, you never seem to do anything but overachieve, because that's who you are. And when you do something, you do it to 100% and beyond. And I just want to express my gratitude to you for not only the opportunity to work with you, but to build the relationship and the friendship that we've built over the last few years. And just grateful for you and who you are and who you are still becoming. It's a beautiful thing to watch. So thank you for joining me today and sharing your heart and your thoughts, and obviously your quadrupled monetary results with everybody on here today. So continued success, my friend. Love you so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on your next interview on Monday. So if you aren't following Lisa, I tagged her in this post. Follow her on Facebook. She's going to be doing another interview on Monday with our amazing business coach, Jeffrey Combs, so you can hear more about her story there. So again, thank you so much, my friend. Love you so much. Enjoy this beautiful Friday, and we'll speak again soon.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Lisa.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.